Hello, friends. Welcome to Wednesdays with Whitney. I'm Whitney, and this is Christine Osborne, and we are here today at Dress for Success. Miss Christine is the general manager of Christopher's Fine Jewelry and Rare Coins, and she also happens to be the board president of Dress for Success, where we currently are.
Yes.
Thanks for being on with me today, Christine.
Thank you.
So, can you tell me a little bit about where we are, what happens here, what's going on?
Yes, absolutely. Friends, we are in the boutique. And this is not just any boutique. This is the most special boutique in Des Moines.
It truly is.
It is. It is. Do you want to know why?
I want to know why.
Okay.
I mean, I know, but I want them all to know.
Why. So here at Dress for Success Des Moines, we serve women in our community who are identified as job ready, and they just need a little help to get to the next step.
Yeah.
So they get to come to this beautiful space and be served by 2 or 3 women who are fully ready to pay attention to her and only her.
Which is a beautiful thing. To have every once in a while, to have everybody's eyes on you, especially when maybe that hasn't been happening in their personal life for the past few years.
That's right. So they're at a spot where they've come from a difficult place and they've said, you know, I want to go to the next level and I've got a job interview and I'm ready to go. But they may not have everything that maybe you and I did in order to get ready this morning and get ready to go and be on target for that interview.
Absolutely.
So that's where we step in.
Well, and everything to get ready. I mean, when I think about getting ready for a job interview, now I recently had to make a resume. I hadn't had to make a resume in years. And I was scared. Like, I was like, ooh, do I even have anything to put on this? Like, I had that moment. So I can't imagine coming out of a situation, and there's a variety of reasons why women will be filtering through this program. But can you imagine how nervous the women that are coming through Dress for Success are to create a resume, get appropriately dressed? Tell me about...
Can I say about the resume?
Yeah,
because that is one thing, too, that we also check. And somebody may have already looked at that with her, but we talk through, you know, if there's a gap in your employment or there's something you're not real comfortable talking about, these fantastic women here will talk her through that. So when it gets to the interview, she can look someone in the eye and have an answer that is appropriate.
That's
so
incredible.
It's amazing.
And so do you talk to them about, like, okay, here's the interview you're going to, here's some of the things, like all of that conversation happens?
Absolutely, 100%. One of our favorites is, I'm going to Wells Fargo. Can I say Wells Fargo?
Yeah,
and
of course.
We then say, listen, there's 9 locations. Do you know where you're going? Have you routed it? Do you know when you park in the parking lot, how long it actually takes you to get to where you're going? So we even talk her through being prepared and ahead of time. So she's her best when she gets there.
Exactly. And I think that preparation, when you're not doing that on a regular basis, how many of us go on job interviews regularly? Hopefully, I mean, we're all nervous about that. We all go through those steps. But one of the things that I think about, and I was so fortunate, is that my mom from a very young age told me that I had to dress for my job. And when school was my job, I was not allowed to wear sweatpants.
Oh, me either.
Ever.
No,
really?
None of that,
so I was not the only one. So all my friends are like in their like cute little sweatpants and everything, and my mom's like, it's jeans or dresses for you, young lady.
Yes. And have you brushed your hair?
Exactly. Have you brushed your hair? Have you brushed your teeth? I mean, I didn't really need prompted on that, but personal passion of mine. But as I got older, and then when I got to college, it was habit. So this habit of preparing myself, it was there, and I didn't even, now I'm like, I get uncomfortable going out in public in sweatpants, even though sometimes it's necessary. But so tell me about the suiting process at Dress for Success, because if you guys aren't familiar, women, when they have a job interview, can come in here, and tell me if I'm misspeaking, can come in here and get a full outfit, head to toe, for their job interview. And then if they get the job, they get a week's worth of clothing, which is incredible.
Yes.
Absolutely incredible. So tell me how this all happens. What does that process look like?
Sure, of course. So when women come to us, they've come through what we call a referral agency or a partner. And so we know a little bit about her when she gets here. And so really, like we said, there's 2 or 3 ladies that do nothing but pay attention to her for an hour and a half.
That's incredible.
And we are prepared with outfits that we think are her size and taste because she's filled out something beforehand.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we're prepared for her. And our team is amazing. And if something isn't quite working right, they then go back, pull some new things and bring them out here to her. So she is in this beautiful space the whole entire time. We work with her one-on-one, make sure everything fits right, make sure, like we said, from the beginning to the end, she's got everything she needs to go in there with confidence.
which is having that personal attention. I think that when we were talking about Dress for Success, and I've been very fortunate to do some work with this organization. So back in February, I did 12 headshots for clients that have successfully completed the Dress for Success program. What's that program called?
So they've come in and they've been suited. They've gotten the job and done their interview cert, and we have then invited them to join Professional Women's Group. Okay. So this is an ongoing, we're really going to partner with her lifelong, and how can we help her with financial goals? How can we help her know what to do? How do you ask for a promotion? How do you ask for a raise? Things we teach her to be successful in her job.
Love that. And
those are the women that you were working with.
And those women, I have to say, they, I coordinated the hair and makeup, which if you've ever had your hair and makeup done, you know that is such an incredible treat for anybody. That's just like, oh my gosh.
Somebody do that for me.
Phenomenal. Yes. So we had hair and makeup for all these women, and then they had their beautiful clothing that they'd already been suited in for Dress for Success.
Yes.
So they were prepared, and then, I was just, I got to have the fun part of coming in at the end and photographing them. Yes. And something that I realized while photographing them is, these women have the exact same fears that every single one of my other clients have, that they're not going to photograph well, that they're not going to be seen accurately. And something that they really reflected back to me is that for a lot of these women, it was the first time that they really saw themselves as true professionals. Yes. Because all of these people were rallied around them, the Dress for Success team, my stylist team, and then myself, coming together and saying, you are valuable, you are professional, and look, here's the proof.
Yes. And here is what I can do.
Yeah.
This is me. And they were able to call that out.
Exactly.
And look at themselves later and go, wow, that is me.
And that's reality. They're showing up that way.
Yeah.
So when we were talking about the crossover missions between Dress for Success, I think we both just really value making people feel valued and letting them know it's just you are valuable.
That's right.
And that's a huge step of just saying, like, I'm valuable, my time is valuable, my skills are valuable.
Yes. Claiming that for yourself. Yes.
Incredible.
Yes.
Tell me about some of the other fun things that happen here at Dress for Success.
Oh my goodness, there's so many.
So like maybe a luncheon coming up?
Might be just this tiny little event.
So on September 20th, I have the very incredible honor of being the keynote speaker for the Dress for Success luncheon, which I'm like over the moon about, guys. It's one of those I can't even moments. Like, it's happening.
Yes. And we are so excited for you because, Whitney, you are so true to what you talk about.
Thank
you.
And
we love that you spoke into these women's lives and have changed them for the better. And we truly think that you don't want to miss this luncheon. You want to be there and listen to what Whitney has to say. There is going to be something that you can take away from that lunch, and we are super excited that you're going to share that with us.
Well, thank you for having me. And I've been like furiously writing in my notes section, like every time I get a thought. And some of the things that we've just been talking about as crossover values is the idea of presence, like being fully present for yourself. And being present means being seen and feeling seen. And I think that that's something that Dress for Success does so well, is that you guys spend an hour and a half of your time focusing on one woman. That's an incredible amount of time.
Yes. And you see the confidence difference in her from when she walks in to when she walks out.
Yes.
And has her shoulders back and says, yes, I can do this.
Yeah.
So, and that's why we're here.
But I don't, like, it would be so different if they were just coming in and, like, had to fend for themselves.
That's right.
Because that's scary. And I think that that's actually how people think when they're walking into a photo shoot, is that they have to fend for themselves. They're going to have to figure it out on their own. And then when they come see me and I'm like, oh, no. I do that all for you.
And you do a lovely job of that. I will.
Well, and it's just that having been taken care of.
Yes.
That is the whole, and you guys do such an incredible job of that. And the women that I had the opportunity to talk to, like Dress for Success, they credit at the top of their success path.
Absolutely.
The other thing that I was thinking I love this spiral of events because I had this shoot dreamed up months before I pitched it to Dress for Success. I had not, so Jody White, who is incredible, she's running the show over here, and I didn't even know her. I had not sent her an email, and in my head, this shoot was already happening. Like, I'd already talked to stylists, and I woke up one day and I was like, oh my gosh, like I missed the whole part where I have to like
Maybe
tell
call
somebody
her.
about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
So of course I call up Jody and I'm like, here's who I am, here's my idea, here's what I want to do. And she's like, yeah, let's do this. And that is the enthusiasm that you feel when you walk in here with everybody that works here. Is like, we were actually a little late today getting on this because we were just chatting and having such a good time that nobody noticed that noon happened.
Yeah.
So, but just that yes attitude that you guys have here and showing that to the women that walk through this program is, I can't even imagine just that layer of impact that's happening. So obviously the shoot happened with Ivory House, but then I was sitting next to Jody at the Leap series. If you guys haven't done that, you should definitely go and hang out at the Leap luncheons. But I'm sitting next to Jody and I just turn to her and I say, I really want to do more public speaking. And I just say this
So
out
Jody
loud.
takes her phone out and starts texting me. I'm sitting next to Whitney, and she wants to do public speaking. And I text her back, well, she should speak at our luncheon. So there you have it.
So I get like a phone call. I think it was a voicemail even. I'm not sure. Like, here's what I'm thinking. We should do this. And I'm like, did I just manifest that?
You did.
But I think it's a huge thing of risk taking. Like for me, public speaking is a big risk. A lot of the things that I'm doing now, I feel like I'm very comfortable with. I've taken those risks. I've done the big things. And I think the honor of getting up on that stage, the risk feels very small because I know I have all of you behind me.
You do.
But also, it's something I already believe so much in that it's not a stretch to get up there and tell all of you how much I care about this organization.
Right.
So
We are super excited.
So if you can join us on September 20th, starts at 11:30. Is that
11:30,
accurate?
doors open, yes.
There's going to
Downtown
be
Marriott.
downtown Marriott. There's going to be a lot of good things happening. I will be speaking, but there's also going to be an even bigger surprise.
That's right.
So you should show up for that. There are tables still available and tickets, and I will post a link to this in the Facebook Live comment section.
Yes. We hope to see you there.
We
You
would love
don't
to see you
want to miss this one.
It's going to be good. Thank you so much for coming
Thank
on
you.
with me.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
We'll see you next week, ladies and gentlemen. Bye.